Welcome back to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest. This is part 2 of our review and breakdown of Army of the Dead from 2021. And remember, this review is loaded with spoilers, so if you want to get the non-spoiler version, go to part 1 and then come on back and listen to this one. Now let's get into it. That's Zombie for Let's Get Into This Review. Enjoy.
What the? Oh, scheiße.
You don't know what it's like in there. Not anymore. They're not what you think they are.
Die Alphas.
They're smarter. They're faster. They're organized. Straight out of your nightmares.
He just hits another car and that's how it gets out? Can we not think of something better than that?
I didn't really understand the need for it. But there's a lot of things in here that I didn't really understand. To be honest with you.
Do you want to get into popcorn beefs right now?
Hey man, this is your show. You
well,
got it.
Let's get into it because I'll do the numbers later because I think those are interesting. But what were you going to say? Because this seems like a good time to talk about beefs.
Well, I just feel like why don't you lay out your beefs and I'll come over the top with Brian.
I have a lot. And normally I'm the kind of guy that just loves movies and I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm down to clown. Let's watch this movie and eat some, Twizzlers and some soda. But so here we go. The dad's daughter is so dumb. She's the dumbest character ever written for screen. Like, get out of here.
It was a forced storyline. Like they didn't need that. They didn't need that storyline at all. It did nothing for the movie.
Yeah, and she made the worst decisions. Like, I like the fact that Dave Bautista's character's wife arguably was an alpha, was what I think, but at least she was turned into a zombie and he had to, kill her. That is cool. That gives him some motivation to go back in. Why do we have to have his stupid daughter? And she's at the quarantine area. Like, it's dumb.
Forced. Super forced.
I already mentioned the reason why it gets out is really dumb. To be honest, I wrote this down. 1 hour and 7 minutes is when it really starts. When the movie really starts is 1 hour and 7 minutes. I clocked it. I'm like, oh, now this is when I should start the movie. So if you want, listeners, just go to hour 7 minute in and start the movie and you'll be good.
Yeah, watch the first 14 minutes and then go to hour 7.
Yeah, 14 minutes and then go to the marker 1 hour, 7 minutes and you'll be fine. And another 100%. Beef, they could have saved that lady. Her name is Chambers, the one that I call it the Terminator guy. I can't remember he's on the Terminator show, but the bad guy, he left her behind. They could have saved her, bro. What? It's so frustrating.
Okay, not only that, bro, but why doesn't she scream and say, hey, don't trust that guy?
Yes. While at least when she's dying, like you have one last chance to let people know if this guy's a tool, you should kill him or at least like detain him.
But instead she takes that moment to give a sultry look. That's weird.
Oh gosh. And she could have been saved multiple times. Like they even let her escape. They let her get out of certain situations and then she dies. It's so messed up. And she was probably the coolest character of the team.
She was one of the better ones. She was one of the better ones for sure.
Hashtag should have saved Chambers. That's what this should be called.
Yeah.
The side storylines are lame as balls. Like, I just cut all that side stuff out, especially with Dave Bautista's daughter. Like, cut all that stuff out.
Are you saying like their backstories?
Yeah, I don't need any of that. All we need to know is that this stuff got out. I'm fine with the ridiculous how it got out, and that there's money. And you can talk a little bit about the guy who wants the money, and he reaches out to Dave Bautista to get a team, and then let's go get the money. Like, we don't need any of that backstory, any of the side storylines.
Can I just say, and I'm going to come back to that, but can I just say, like, it wasn't that long ago when you were talking about a heist movie where it would be like, yo, everybody, we're going after $1 million. How did we jump from like 1 million to 200 million?
I know.
Like, it's almost like Austin Powers when he's like $1 billion. Like, is that what we're headed next? is all right, guys, we're up for it. $1 billion. That's what we're going after.
And the logistics of carrying $200 million in cash, I know they show them putting in the bags, but I don't really think anyone really knows how much what $200 million looks like. I think it's a lot more than we understand.
Yeah, well, I think it's a lot more than we can comprehend, but then probably not as much as we think. Because they've made reference to it a lot where somebody opens the briefcase and it's a full briefcase. But when you think about it, like, most briefcases have three rows of about 10 across, and each one of those bands is 10 grand. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to fill a briefcase, $1 million. Now, on the flip side, we're talking about $200 million.
Yeah.
You know how much of that weighs? Like, you're not going to throw that in a chopper with a bunch of other meatheads. No way.
While you're getting chased by not only dumb zombies but smart ones that are running and can like communicate.
and can I also just say that the dude, again, let's super fast forward, spoiler alert. The dude it takes the head and is like, this is what is worth the most. But did you notice where he took the head from?
No.
Like 10 feet from where they walked into the quarantine zone, bro. So if that's worth 10 times, why can't he just pay everybody the same amount he was going to walk in 10 feet, get the head, and go?
Yeah.
Super confusing.
Yeah. A couple more things. The zombie baby. WTF, bro.
Poor taste.
Poor taste. Cut it out. The celebration is way too long. Them celebrating at the end, it's like so long. It's like Lord of the Rings, long. Like, stop.
Wait, which celebration?
Just them celebrating at the end. It's just lame. I don't know.
Yeah. Agreed.
The last two beefs I have are, so Dave Bautista has to go find his daughter again. The lamest, like, let's ruin everyone's life. Dave Bautista's daughter. But he's got to go back to find her in the building. You know how long it would, and again, I'm not trying to bag on it so much, but it's so easy. Like, how long it would take to search a deserted, gross building, like weeks. Like, exactly.
With no power. You've got to be careful of zombies in every room.
Or stepping on a nail, or a beam falling on your head, or nothing working. Like, you're going to be
a nail?
Yeah. Like, you're going to be walking up the stairs. There's no power. You're not going to be riding elevators and getting sodas on the third floor. Like,
no.
And he finds her immediately. Like, boom, there she is. And then all of a sudden the alpha's there. It's like, that's lame. And speaking of Bautista, did Dave Bautista always have a scrotum head? Like, did you notice his head looks like a big giant scrot? Did that?
It is absolute ball sack. Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand. I don't feel like I remember that in Guardians of the Galaxy or any of the other movies. Is he just slowly starting to become a ball sack?
We interrupt this program. Important instructions will follow.
Ever wish you had Benjamin Button's disease of the balls? With the Turf Chopper 2.0 from smoothmyballs.com, you can.
Whoa, what's going on, Harry? Harry's our producer, by the way. What are you talking about, man?
If your balls were the Hunger Games, your girlfriend would stand up and say, I volunteer as tribute.
Really?
Got Dirty Harry saying, go ahead, smooth my balls. Like those smooth balls really tie the room together, man, says the dude.
Hasta la vista, hairy balls.
Got Tony Montana saying, say hello to my smooth balls.
Whoa, wait a second.
Houston, we've got smooth balls. May the smooth balls be with you always. Yippee-ki-yay, mother smooth balls.
Okay, bro, stop. What Harry's trying to say is go to smoothmyballs.com and use promo code popcorn15 to get 15% off your purchase. And maybe, just maybe, he won't do this anymore.
No promises.
Now, let's be real. This is a real product. Smooth My Balls reached out to me. I have used their product. It does work. It is designed for those areas that need a little more sensitive touch. It is a lifestyle choice, so go ahead and reach out to smoothmyballs.com and make sure you use the promo code popcorn15 to get 15% off your purchase. And it helps the show, so you're doing yourself a favor, you're doing your balls a favor, and you're doing the popcorn priest a favor. So go out there and smooth your balls.
No, I noticed it in I can't remember the movie that he was in where
Blade
he
Runner
was blind. No, he was blind.
He was
almost blind, not like actually blind. He was like a detective and the Uber driver.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Maybe not. Stuber. Yeah, that's right. I didn't see that. Is he half blind?
I know that Scroats McGoats. Yeah, I know that Scroats McGoats there.
Okay. Well, sorry, Dave, but you got a ball sack head.
Which reminds me of a funny story. Since everybody knows that we're pandemic masks and all that, for a bachelor party that I did, I made it to where if somebody didn't hit a golf ball far enough, they had to wear something funny. And I actually found a mask that was a ball sack.
Oh, dude.
Amazing. Oh. Anyway, let's move on. Next beat.
You have to text me the pic and we'll put it on Twitter. You can see if I can get my Twitter feed shut down. All right, so you got any more beefs before we go to popcorn by the numbers?
So this is maybe a little edgy, especially right now. And didn't you find it fairly interesting, the racial and just the overall socially, I don't know the best way to describe this without trying to offend anybody. It's like they tried to appease every single group out there. Like you had every single race, you had you had the lesbian in there. It just felt miscast. They didn't have, outside of Omari Hardwick, which plays Bandero, and Matthias Schweighöfer as Dieter, like those two played off each other really well. I enjoyed
that
a
guy,
little bit of their back and forth.
That German guy is by far my favorite thing of the movie.
Oh, he killed it. But they just, there was no substance to them. They just didn't. There was no cohesion. So I think that this is a perfect example where Hollywood's trying to force certain equitable outcomes of casting, and it just didn't work for me. I thought it was horrible. And this is something that I brought up to you as well that I saw all over the internet. I didn't notice it until probably 75% of the way through the movie, where it was like, oh yeah, I need to look for that. The pixel that was out for the whole movie.
It wasn't the whole movie, but I noticed that on Twitter. I was like, oh, that can't be real. It's got to be fixed by the time I see it. And then I noticed it. It goes away, but it comes back. Yeah. Like you can see it. It's like, and I, humble brag, I have a 133-inch theater screen, and it makes it even more noticeable. It's like this white screaming dot like in your face. It's like, oh, look here. And you're not paying attention to anything else because I have OCD. So I'm like, pixel, pixel, pixel. Instead of watching the movie.
The only other beef that, well, not the only other, but the only one that I really want to mention is, like, this is Las Vegas. Like, everybody is very, very familiar with Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Everybody goes there, whether it's from a professional perspective, for an expo of sorts,
yes,
for vacation. Everybody has gone, and the most that they can do is give you Liberace, Siegfried and Roy's White Tiger, and an Elvis impersonator. Other than that, they didn't play off of the Las Vegas theme much. At least I didn't feel that they did. I mean, of course, they had casino tables with chips on it, and some of those types of things. But I personally would have expected at least to see some nudie pamphlets going off in the wind or something,
or some like I guess that one lady was like a showgirl dancer. So one of the alpha
in the first 14, but, right.
You think about it.
I feel like they were reaching.
Yeah. I mean, you think about a show like Ocean's 11, it just reeks of Vegas. It's just so dope. Right. Like, there's ways in 2021 that we can make you feel like, you're in. I mean, even that, what's the video game based on Resident Evil? They had a Resident Evil movie in Vegas, and it was cooler than this. And it was even more like there was more sand and everything all over everything. It was cooler than this.
Yeah, no, so, and look, I think, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but Las Vegas needs a cleansing anyways. It's an asshole. So, and somebody needs to nuke Las Vegas anyways.
Well, maybe that's where, maybe this is a social commentary. Zack Snyder is above us all, and he's really making this commentary about how, we need to release some zombags into Vegas. Yeah. It blows my mind that this has a 75% rating on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience. It just blows my mind.
Me as well. Like I said, it was a struggle to get through it all. And as you know, I have a 7-month-old, so to try to find 2.5 hours outside of everything else I'm doing,
yes,
it just was way too long.
To be honest, I have 8-year-old twins. We're all busy doing stuff in life, and it took me 3 sittings. And then everyone is, like I said earlier, is loving on Snyder because of his Snyder cut on HBO Max of the what's some movie that he just recut? Justice League, yeah.
That makes an appearance in this, right?
Really? Was that another Easter egg?
When it was another Easter egg. When they opened the vault for the cash in the top left of one of the shots, you actually see 7 film canisters. And it's actually the Snyder cuts, because there was so much talk about, is there really a Snyder cut that exists? And
he
so
probably put that in
prior
to him actually doing it as a joke, and now it's actually real. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I can't sit down for over 4 hours and watch a movie. Like, it's gonna give me those in like 40-minute morsels. Like,
well, you want to know what's worse is they're doing prequels and sequels. I mean, look, I'm sure we'll talk about the very end of it. Good Lord. Like, there's going to be a whole Star Wars freaking Marvel type thing around this.
Oh, they're giving him so much money. There's an animated prequel that's going to be made because of this. Yep. And maybe other movies. I just hope they're not so long. Please.
Oh, please. By the way, can I just ask you, I've listened to most of your podcasts.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But how many, because I can't think of any that I've listened to where both are on board saying, oh man, this is brutal.
There's only been one that I can think of, and it was...
what was the other one?
It was a Shakespeare movie with... it'll come to me in a second, but it was terrible. The one with... I can't think of it.
No, you're good. But so where do you want to? So those are kind of my beefs. I guess the only other one, and I wanted to come back to this, the 3 different zombies or whatever they are. I once again, I guess I didn't see the point of that. It's almost as if like they took every single zombie movie out there and mashed it into one, like with I Am Legend, the super aggressive zombies, right?
Yeah.
And then your quintessential dormant zombies. And then even from I Am Legend, like that there was kind of the alpha guy that released the dogs. It just, there was nothing original in here. And he had so much opportunity to make it original, but even the zombies, he just ripped off from every other zombie show out there.
Yeah. It's on paper. It's like, man, this is great. Mashing up heists with zombies. But I guess that whole adage of less is more is kind of true in this instance. So.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so those are my beats.
All right. I like them. I agree with all of them, to be honest. And I had more than you, so. I remembered the movie that we all hated. It was Macbeth. That's the only other one where at least all of the people reviewing didn't like it. To your point, there's other movies where at least 1 or 2 of us didn't like it, but one of us always seemed to like it. So.
Right.
So I love stats. And so I looked up some stats about this movie because there was a bunch of them. And Army of the Dead is the second most expensive zombie film produced to this date. Can you name the first one?
Boy, I would probably say Zombieland.
Nope.
Has to be up there.
It's okay if you don't know.
Dawn of the Dead definitely was not.
Mm-mm.
That was a little more low budget. Boy.
World War Z.
Yeah, of course, which was great.
Which is a great movie. That movie I could watch for 3 hours. Like, give me as much of that movie as possible.
Anytime I see it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime I see it on, I'm like, heck yeah, let's watch it. You and I have talked about that one before, about how the book, there's a sequel. They've been talking about doing a sequel.
Man. Give me the sequel. Give all the money that you're giving to Snyder. Give it to the guys who made World War Z, please.
Yeah, and that was original. Once again, that was an original thought, right?
Yes.
Of how you actually beat the zombie race. Every other one is stab it in the head, stab it in the head, stab it in the head. Come on. Like, you had an opportunity to do something different here where it doesn't have to be a headshot. And trust me, back to you and I playing zombies, like, popping heads is cathartic. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So World War Z holds the record, $160 million. But what's ironic about that is its original budget was $90 million, the same as Army of the Dead. But I don't know if you remember back when it came out, there was a bunch of production budget issues and there was reshoots that had to happen. They basically reshot the whole ending of World War Z for another $70 million. And so that's why it became the most expensive zombie film ever.
I did not know that. Good Lord.
Yeah. Guess how many prop skeletons were used in the film?
Oh, actually, that's another Easter egg that I'll bring up.
Nice.
Maybe 1,300?
2,500.
Wow.
The film had...
That's a lot.
That's insane. That's for a movie that has so many VFX shots. That's crazy. Speaking of visual effect shots, there's 1,136 shots in total, and that's a lot. That's a lot of VFX shots.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
While you're on that one, going back to the vault scene, and I guess that's another beat. Like, what vault has you have to play Indiana Jones to get into it? Come on,
there were
bro.
3 like booby traps that were lethal.
Darts.
Yeah,
like darts.
I did like the last booby trap, even though it's stupid
because of the zombie.
Yeah. But it was like there's no way they would have that in real life.
No. So as they get through that, you know how they discovered, hey, there was another team that went in here, and then Vandero kind of went off saying, like, maybe this is a Time Warp Continuum or whatever it is that he was talking about. So if you look at those skeletons, one of them has a red handkerchief, like Scott Ward, Dave Bautista. Another one has a necklace with a key on it, like the character Maria Cruz.
No way.
So, yeah. So that was another Easter egg that was a little interesting.
Maybe it's like a Groundhog Day, like the Edge of Tomorrow movie with Tom Cruise, kind of a thing where it's just repeating itself.
Yeah, maybe what Vandero was talking about was accurate, but yeah, that was another interesting one since you brought up 2,500 skeletons.
Wow, I didn't catch that at all. Good eye, man. That's awesome. Guess what's the zombie body count?
Oh Lord, I mean,
I think I would see. I'll let you say, but I would have guessed way more.
You can't count. We're talking pre-nuke, right?
Yeah. Just like kills, like shooting.
Okay, shots. Okay.
Yeah.
I would probably put it at probably about 1,400, 1,450.
No, 130.
Really?
Yeah. Like you and I, when we were gaming at our peak, we were killing like 2,400 each. Yeah. Like total.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 130. It seems low. I mean, I didn't have a zombie counter while I was watching it, but it seems low to me.
I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah.
I'm going to contest that one.
Yeah. I'm
not going to go back and watch this to confirm that.
No.
But let's just say it's under contestant.
Please don't. Oh gosh. Okay, so that's the last of my by the numbers, but I did have one thing. I'm always interested in movie making and how they do stuff. A zombie grabs Maria Cruz by the head and twists it. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
And Maria's head is turned around 180 degrees until it faces the camera. So the force of the twist is so powerful that her broken spine rips out through the side of her neck. This startling shot was achieved through a combination of practical and digital effects. Makeup head Justin Rowley explains, "We had a full head that we did face replacement on it, so it is a likeness of Anna. We did a shot of her giving the reaction and then started the twist. Then we did the prosthetic that we put on her that gives the illusion that she spun around and has the bone sticking out of her. So it's 3 elements with some VFX compositing for the face replacement. Dave Bautista's character Scott Ward pauses for one last look at Maria's body lying on the vault floor, her head twisted completely around. To create that effect, Justin says we actually sculpted part of the neck to look like it was part of her back to cover her bust and everything in front." So Dan's calling in from Brazil. He's 3 hours ahead of us, so it's super late. I really appreciate him staying up with his busy schedule to do this. But yeah, we've actually stitched this together like 6 or 7 times. So
Yeah.
we're doing our best, listeners, to give you good content, and we're just powering through it.
Which, by the way, I know we've been bouncing around on this, and I think that the listeners need to understand why we do bounce around, because there is so much bad. I mean, we didn't even really elaborate too much on, we said the act is horrible, but there is so much in here to complain about. It's so frustrating because I wanted it to be so good. I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, I did too. And there's moments where I was excited and pumped and it was cool, but it did not overshadow how bad some of the acting, just everything else that we already talked about. But
yeah, so you finished with the CGI head turning around.
Isn't that cool? They like made a real head and then did all that stuff, and then only did the face replacement after the fact. So I thought that was really cool. I love that they actually do like real effects.
I love real effects. I think that's what has destroyed the Star Wars for me, anyways. Like I haven't watched Star Wars in a long, long time.
Well,
and that's something
you
that
should
ruined
pick
it
up,
for me.
dude. You should pick up the Mandalorian series, because that they bring back a lot of practical stuff in that, and it's really cool. It's really good.
I have heard that Mandalorian is really, really good. So, but no, I'm with you that I absolutely love when makeup and animatronics and those types of things come into play. And on that scene, like all of a sudden, there's a love story between those two. Like I thought she was a lesbian the whole time. So,
which one? The one that got her head spun around? She's a lesbian?
No, I thought she was.
Oh.
I wasn't sure. I couldn't totally tell. I mean, look, we get introduced to her and she's changing an engine in a car or something. And then all of a sudden she's in love with Batista? Like, wait, what? Where did this come from?
Yeah, like they were going to get out all this and finish raising their stupid daughter that needs more education because she's an idiot. Can you tell I hate her?
Who's going to go work for Greenpeace?
Yeah, come on.
It was tough.
You don't even...
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't have green hair.
That girl would last 5 minutes at Greenpeace, man. She doesn't even know what that is about. Like, gosh.
Yeah, it was bad. Okay, so what else you got?
So I got a couple of, I call them popcorn puzzles. Things that made me puzzle. Why are there not many zombies left? Like, I feel like after all that happened, there should be more, right?
When you say more, like in what capacity?
Because they explode them. I feel like there's not a lot left in Vegas. Like, you'd think there would be more. Are they like starving and they die? Like, I don't understand. I feel like they're...
Yeah, but they're zombies. You can't really kill them. They just go dormant, right? Like that's what they were doing with the little glow stick. So, but once again, you're talking about Las Vegas, right? Like there's
there should be
and
a ton of people. I feel like there should have been more zombies when they dropped the nuke.
This goes back to the storyline. Like this is.
Yeah,
like,
we're picking hairs on a stupid.
Yeah. So bad.
Speaking of hibernation, what do you think about the hibernation? Is that cool? I mean, we talked about a lot of weird elements they've introduced into the zombie universe type stuff, and is that cool? I don't know. I can't decide.
No,
that's not cool, right? Zombie hibernation.
No,
that's lame. Is the coyote in league with the Terminator guy? I don't know what his name is. The guy who steals the head. Is the coyote guy in league with him? Like, are they working together? Like, I couldn't figure that out.
They're not. But she is a horrible actress. Horrible.
Yeah. I didn't understand, like, why was she
babysitting him?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't get like her.
Why did they go back to that start place again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, did they need to go make another offering? That was another thing. Like, you're going to offer a human being. So does that mean every other time the coyote has went in there, she's offered up a live human being?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like she has done so many weird things. It's funny. They explain something to the nth degree, but then they introduce these weird things and you're like, what is that? Are you not going to talk about that, but you can talk about this for 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Those are my puzzles.
Yeah. So I don't know what their relationship was, but I don't think they were working together. But again, I guess that's part of the puzzle.
Yeah. I didn't get it. I'm not going to solve that puzzle. So I want to do something different because I feel like, ironically, this is one of the, other than Macbeth, this is one of the worst reviewed movies that I've done so far. But I wanted to add at the end of every review things that I liked, so that we can end on a good note that there are some redeeming qualities of this movie, albeit not very many. I wanted to end on a good note that there are some cool things about it, even though this is a terrible movie. I wanted to go through some of the things that I really liked.
Okay.
And you can tell me what you liked about it too. I think this is a great opportunity for that. So yeah. I really loved the zombie tiger. It is the coolest thing. And whatever money they spent on it was well worth it. It's really cool.
I kind of agree with it. Seeing where he gets chomped down was good. I don't know what I want out of. I just want more originality. And
like what?
And if they would have, I don't know exactly what it would be. I don't know, but I just don't see like, where are the rest of the animals then? You're telling me that only one white tiger, that's the only animal that gets turned into a zombie?
Yeah, there's so many like zoo acts there and like circus acts and
yeah, we're stray dogs or
alligators.
So, yeah,
they had zombie horses.
Yeah, there's sharks in certain places. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, they had so much to use in Las Vegas. Damn it. But no, the tiger was cool looking. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's not cool.
Like, if I could have just watched a movie about the tiger, then that would have been amazing.
Yeah. I mean, granted, what I'm saying is this tiger alone, not the fact that there is a tiger, but the tiger looks cool.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. And his kill scene was awesome.
Correct. And again, another animal thing, the zombie horse is also very cool. And that was done practically. They added like prosthetic pieces to the horse to make it look like it's not, a real horse. It's a zombie horse. So that was really cool. The zombie hierarchy of the alphas, again, even though it's tired and reused from I Am Legend, I like it. I think it's cool. It gives another layer to the zombies, so they're not just, normal zombies.
Do you think, back to the horse, do you think like one of the other zombies like came into town and he was on that horse and the alpha was like, that's not yours anymore, buddy. I'm the alpha. Like, you look cool on that. I want it now.
There's not room enough for one horse alpha in this town.
This is a one horse town.
Yeah, this is a one horse town. Give me that horse. Or more like, that's probably what he said.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Like, and that's another thing. Like, why do zombies always communicate in the same way with that gurgling or screaming sound? Like, why don't they just all of a sudden sign language or something? It was just something different.
Or like they communicate like the velociraptors with like clicks and like clicking sounds. And that's what.
Yeah. Or Morse code through blinking. I don't know.
Maybe
something
they speak
original.
Spanish. Maybe they speak Spanish.
I would take it. I literally would take that. 2/3 of the world speak Spanish.
Exactly. Or Portuguese. Man, let's be real.
Or Portuguese. Yeah. And maybe it's not 2/3 of the world, but
yeah, it's a lot. And I already mentioned this, but the German actor, he's by far the best part of the movie. I could watch a show about him and the tiger, both of them.
Well, they're doing the prequel about him.
Oh, is it about him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I'm in for that. As long as Zack Snyder doesn't direct it, I'll watch.
Well, who's hold on, who's directing it first?
Hold on. No. And then my last one, the death scene, and I already kind of mentioned it with the practical effects of her head getting twisted, but that death scene was surprising and very cool.
Yeah.
Anything else that you liked about? I mean, I know we extensively covered the bad stuff.
There just really wasn't much. Yeah, there really wasn't much redeeming in this for me, man. Like from the start when he said 200 million, I was going, come on, 200 million. Like this sounds stupid. Like say 10 million or something like that. No, there really wasn't much redeeming for me, man. And like I said, super, super disappointing because I wanted it to be so much more. Like I guess the vault scene was funny. Like that I did enjoy. Like when Vanderhook keeps going down and bringing up another zombie.
Really good.
Like it felt really zombie-landish. Like I did absolutely enjoy that. That part of it. I did like the 14-minute montage. I think that they needed to maybe give a little more backstory on some of the characters they were highlighting in that opening montage. But I actually did like that opening montage. I was hopeful at the end of it. But then it jumped straight into garbage. So, yeah, and this is one where, like, again, normally I'm going to say there's not many movies where if it comes on, I can't at least watch it. This is one, like, if it comes on, I don't know. I don't know if I could watch this again in any capacity.
Yeah, I'm turning it off. If there were, I've said this a couple of times on the podcast. If there was a Sports Center highlight reel of this movie, I would watch that. Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, give me Around the Horn,
100%.
Army of the Dead. Well, I'm in. Yeah,
100%. Did I miss something? Maybe this goes back to popcorn puzzles, and I know we're wrapping up here, but the Vanderhook character had this chainsaw.
Yeah.
And other than that opening montage, I never saw him use that. Did I?
I didn't see him use it, and it's a travesty. Like, why would they bring it up?
Yeah, that built his character, and I don't ever remember him using it as they walked into Las Vegas. So that was a little strange for me as well.
You know, you might have been asleep during the middle of the part of the movie when he was using it. I mean, I could have been asleep too.
You might be right
because it's so garbage.
Yeah, you might be right. All right, so that's all I got.
I need your rating. This one's going to be hard for
my
me.
rating.
Yeah, like I don't know. I can't remember what your rating scale is. Mine's out of 5. Mine's popcorn buckets, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would say that mine was an empty popcorn bucket. Like, I would give it a 1.
A 1, yeah. My 1 is a flaming, tipped over popcorn bucket. It's on fire.
Yeah, I guess. Are you able to rate it the popcorn that has to be cleaned up after each movie?
Yeah, maybe it's not even a 1. It's just like the garbage popcorn that's out.
Yes, exactly. Dumpster popcorn.
It didn't even make it into the bucket. It's the popcorn that's at the bottom of the barrel, at the end of the day and the end of the night when they're cleaning up and they put it in the big garbage bags and haul it out. That's what this one is.
That's what it is. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I would give it, man.
I mean, to be honest, I used to eat that popcorn when I was really hungry, when I was at the theater. So it's kind of gross, but
I don't judge.
Don't judge. It was delicious, even though it wasn't fresh.
Absolutely.
And this one isn't fresh. So it all comes back together.
No, it's not, brother.
Well,
so what are you going to tell the public then, my man?
Oh, don't. There's so many other zombie movies that are better than this, and I cannot fathom why this is 75% from the audience. That's so high. Yeah, I wish it.
People were probably high.
I mean, yeah, maybe they were high because it's so high. I don't get it. Maybe I feel like we're smart dudes. Like, were we missing something? Why do people like it so much? Is it just because they're sucking the
we didn't
Snyder
talk
teeth?
About this before.
Oh, yeah. Well,
we didn't talk about this before, and I thought that you were going to be more middle of the road. Hey, it was good enough, but no, this was bad.
Yeah,
this was bad.
Yeah.
So don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Don't waste your time.
Well, with that being said, hit me up on the Twitters or the Instas if you want to interact with the great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I respond to every tweet, post, comment, hashtag, and whatever else there is. Let us know if there's something you'd like us to review. Also, if you've enjoyed this or any of our previous episodes, please subscribe so you can get notifications on our newest episodes. I love movies, and I would love it if you would share the love. Muchas gracias. Another way to share the love is sharing those dollars. I've created a Patreon account. If you've liked anything up to this point and want to support the show so we can continue to bring these entertaining reviews, please do so at patreon.com/popcornpriest. As always, thanks for listening, and a special thanks to my longtime friend Dan for making the time to come on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
This has been Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.